Hey everyone, my name is Troy from Tech Games Etc. And today I have a product review on The Darkness 2. Now, I'm going to give you, first I'm going to give you an overview of the game. Second, I'm going to give you the pros, and I'm going to give you the cons of this game. Then I'm going to give you the final rant of what I believe, everything, coming together, what I think this game should get as a final score, a final grade. Now, The Darkness 2 takes place as you controlling this guy called Jack Estacado. Now, this game really makes a great presentation as far as you can start this cinema where this guy that will explain how you got to where you got to, like how Jack Estacado came into the darkness and things like that, and it will give you a whole backstory of part one and everything like that. Now, this story is so good, I don't want to waste a lot of it. But we can just pick up where the demo left off. You'll know who had the hit out on you. You'll know why there was a hit out on you. Everything will come together as who's after you. What do you have? What do you possess? Why do you have this? The darkness and everything like that. And I don't want to waste the story because this game is really good as far as presenting the story, and I want this to be an experience for you, okay? So let's move on to the pros of this game. I'm going to give you the top 6 reasons why I think this game is Game of the Year. Something that really stood out to me, and this is just, I have 6, I'm going to tell you 6, but I actually have at least 19 reasons. It's going to be in the description below. You can read the rest because I was playing this game with my laptop on because that's what I do, and every time I think of something great this game did, I just start typing it, and I came away with 19 things, and this game gets it right, spot on. So we can go ahead with the first one. First of all, great story, great dialogue. Like I said in the beginning, the storyline in this game is really good. The dialogue is fresh. The writing is fresh. The why things are happening and they're well explained and things like that. This game will keep you guessing or just keep you wanting more. Like how this game ends. And if you play it on hard, the story continues after the credits. I can't waste a lot of it, but trust me, this is a great story, great dialogue. You really connect with the characters. When people die or you lose somebody or something like that, you really connect with these characters, and this game does a really good job with that. Okay, number 2, when you put this game on hard, this game is hard. It's just when you put on the hardest difficulty level, which is the Dawn, you put it on Dawn, there's Thug, there's this, and Dawn is like the hardest difficulty. When you put this game on hard, trust me, there's going to be some firefights, and I love the way the firefights are in this game. I really do. Now, the animation, the Ragdoll physics are on point. Whatever is powering their physics engine, their Ragdoll physics engine, the blood, everything. Like, the blood is so good, like when you take a shotgun or a gun and you shoot someone in the face and it doesn't completely blow their head off, you can actually see the flesh leave their face and you can see their skull. I was like, this game needs to really stop for real, but I never seen that before, which was really good. Now, the boss fights feel epic. The boss fights feel balanced. Of course, you're gonna have the boss, and you're gonna have it's his henchmen and things like that. But it really feels good. Like you be in some really tough firefights, which is really fun. Now, now number 5, when you're in the shootout, it feels like you're in a movie. Like, you ever seen like Bad Boys 2 when they went after the guy with the golden with the blonde dreadlocks, and they're shooting up the place, and you see when they hit the couches, you see the couch like cushions blow up through the cushion and things like that. You can do that. There's been shootouts where it's just like that, where I'll be shooting, it's so hard where I'll be pinned behind a couch and you just see the debris as the bullets hit the couch, and like when you take out that shotty for your body, boom boom boom, it's just done. It's awesome. Now, number 6, now this is very crucial. I was going to have 5, but I said 6 because this really sets this game apart. Like, the variety of enemies The variety of enemy designs and abilities. Now, one thing I like about this game, you're gonna meet enemies that have different designs. I love it doesn't feel repetitive. Like every environment has its own enemy, which I love. And you'll have enemies with melee weapons. You'll have enemies with shields. Now, the darkness is only good when the darkness is only good when you're in the dark, basically. And there are some times when enemies will have spotlights and guns, and they'll walk behind the enemies with the shields, and they'll have a spotlight on you, and you can actually shoot the spotlight out, because the darkness is pretty much how, like, when you're not in the dark, these little tentacle things come out, which add a good element to the gameplay. But you see the enemies with the little spotlights behind the enemies with the shield, and the enemies with the shield will come behind the shield and try to shoot you. So what you got to do is shoot the light that the guy is holding, and it just feels good. Now, the cons of this game, and these are minor cons, but it has to be addressed. It has to be balanced. You do come across some invisible walls, like you be in a subway and you see the tracks that will keep going, and you run and there's an invisible wall. Multiplayer is only co-op. It's not like TDM, capture the flag, things like that. You can play cooperatively to extend the story. You pick 4 characters who don't have, the darkness tentacles, but they do have some darkness elements in them. You can play online, offline, things like that, but there's no like TDM type, like team deathmatch, capture the flag type of stuff. So that's another thing to look at. Now, another con is enemies shooting through cover. Sometimes I came across enemies who would be behind cover and they're actually shooting me through cover. And sometimes I feel like when I'm behind cover, bullets still hit me. Like if you have just the inkling of your body exposed, you're dead. And sometimes I felt like, especially when the bullets started really flying, I don't know if I was getting hit like cheaply or was it things like that, but that was just something I have to address. Now, there were some glitches in this game, like say if an enemy was on a platform, whatever, and say the enemy was on a platform and I destroyed a platform, he'll stay up and suspended in the air for a moment, then he'll drop. It wasn't like an immediate animation. And there's this huge, number 5, there is this huge glitch. When your Victor is one of the enemies, that is one of your main culprits, is the main enemy. When you're in the circus trying to look for him, there's this glitch where if you get to a checkpoint and the enemies come bursting through the door, and if you die at that point and you restart that level, the enemies can't come through the door. You can actually shoot them through the door, but they're not coming through the door. And you have to get through the door to actually go up and continue your mission. One way you have to get around that is that you have to restart the level over. Fortunately, it's not a huge restart. Like once you turn the corner, shoot a couple of enemies, you'll be right there at that checkpoint again. To get past that, just don't, when the enemies come through the door, just run around a corner and get yourself some distance and start shooting people as they come to you. But once you start, it happened in my game. I don't know if it's a major, I know it's a master copy. Is it on the master copy? I don't know. But just look out for that. Now, there is another glitch. I was in a boss fight later. I don't want to give too much of the story away or where I was at. But when I started this boss fight, they'll start me off with 2 dual-wielded weapons, even though I had just the one I chose beginning of the boss fight. So that was another glitch. So the things I would like to see in the next game, this wasn't actually included. I can't add it as a con because it just wasn't added. I would like to see Jackie, your main character, be able to drop items. Like say if you had the darkness and you're holding a pole, I don't know if you can drop it. I was trying to look for ways to drop it. I should have looked in the manual, but there was nothing there. I should have looked in the manual, but I didn't. So if it is there, just correct me in the comments. I'll make the correction. But just to be able to drop items if you're holding it with the darkness and come back and pick it up later. Now also I would like to see some type of grenades in this game, or Molotovs, like little flaming bottles, whatever you light at the end, and you throw them. Because this game engine screams. This game engine is so good with the animations there. I would love to see like more grenades or something like that. Even though if it had like 2 grenades per level or something like that, just to have a grenade. If it's overpowered, just have like 1 per level or something, and you can carry it over to the next level. But they do have propane tanks, and the propane tanks are fun, but just to have like a little bit, you can actually cook the grenade too, that would have been great. But overall, this is the rant part. This game is my choice for game of the year so far. Everything that this game has is pretty much good, solid, and I give it a nice little A plus there. A minus. The only reason I give it an A minus, the only reason that stops this game from being perfect, there is an online component. However, like the online component plays like it plays like the heist. And the reason I give it an A minus instead of an A plus is not like a team deathmatch online component. And that's the only reason why I give it an A minus. And I'm comfortable with this score. This game is my game of the year so far. I'm still getting Mass Effect and Ghost Recon, Future Soldier, and Twisted Metal and things like that. But this game is really good, and it should be a part of anyone's library. So there you go. There you have it. There go my Darkness review. My Darkness 2 review. If you like what you saw today, please like the video. It really helps out a lot. And if you have any questions, comments, any concerns, you can contact me at technews, at gmail.com. And if you that's it. Oh, and if you like no wait, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. And if you want to hit me on that PlayStation Network, just hit me up at Asian_boy_100. I thank you so much for watching. See you later. Thanks a lot.